There are important issues our African Muslims need to look into. Who is Allah? Where did the stone Muslims kiss during pilgrimage in Mecca come from? And why were those who insulted the Prophet assassinated if Islam is a religion of peace? Before looking into this God that has one of the largest number of followers, I must state it here that everything that will be said are historically recorded facts. But religion will not allow the religious to look beyond religious dogmas and indoctrination. As an African Muslim, did you know that before Muhammad was born, that is before the existence of Islam, the Arabs had Arabic paganism, which from the mainstream perspective simply means the worship of idols or gods. In Mecca, there is a place called the Kaaba or shrine. Inside it had 360 idols that the Arab pagan worshippers worshipped. This was before Muhammad and Islam. Among these 360 idols, Allah is among and was symbolized as the moon god. Around 610 AD, the Prophet Muhammad started his preaching of a one true God after he was visited in the cave by the angel Jibril or Gabriel to go into the world and preach the word of Allah. Muhammad went to his hometown Mecca to spread the words of Allah, but his people refused to accept his new belief. Scholars have argued that his people do not agree with him for saying Allah is the one true God, when in fact they had top gods before Allah in the Kaaba. They saw the action of the Prophet as blasphemous and he fled to Medina, which is dominated by the Jews. In fact, it was the Jews who welcomed him in Medina with open hands. There in Medina, he was able to gather followers coupled with his new political position in the society. The Prophet then marched towards Mecca, established the first jihad, and made Mecca the headquarters of Islam. Some scholars believe that this jihad paved the way for other jihad in Islam. All other idols or gods in the shrine were destroyed as Allah became the one true God. This shrine or Kaaba is the stone that is kissed by all Muslims going for pilgrimage in Mecca. The shrine was Islamized from its pagan form to an Islamic form, where Allah is the only recognized God. Now, after the Prophet conquered Mecca, he was able to conquer other places. The Jews who refused to be Muslims were forced to pay tax if they want to live in Islamic states controlled by the Prophet. There is a conspiracy theory out there that the Prophet had personal assassins who assassinated anyone who speak ill of him. In fact, the English word assassin is purely of Arabic origin. It was originally called Hashashin, which is spelled Hashashashin, which in Latin is called assassinus, meaning smokers of hemp. This was taken or smoked by the Muslims during the 7th century in order to receive enough energy to fight for Allah by killing non-Muslims and pagans. This is why Boko Haram terrorists in Nigeria kill and slaughter pregnant women. They do it as if they don't have human conscience. The spread of Islam was made faster not through peaceful evangelism, but through jihad, just as Christianity through Holy Inquisition and Crusade. For instance, there is a conspiracy theory that says an Arab woman named Asma Yazid, who had composed a poem to ridicule people who follow Prophet Muhammad for his bloody jihad, was assassinated by one of Muhammad's boys named Umar ibn. The poor woman was stabbed to death in her sleep for insulting the great prophets.